Wow. The game has just finished, and I've just watched another absolute banger of a test match, as I'm sure you have as well, at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales against Fiji. Here are my immediate thoughts following the game. What a test match. What a weekend of rugby we are having. Thank you for watching. Thanks in advance for the comments down below. That's one way you can help. Give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe as well. And spoiler alert, congratulations to Fiji, a first ever win in Cardiff. So what does that mean? Yeah, we've got another banger of a test match, another Southern Hemisphere victory. What is going on? Scotland, you're our only hope. Another defeat in 2024 for Wales. It's a winless 2024. 10 straight defeats. And Warren Gatland must be scratching his head. Wales fans. Do you know what? This is how, and I want to get onto the positives and emphasise those about Fiji. Yeah, in fact, I'll save that in a minute. Another brilliant scalp for Fiji. They got a first ever win at Twickenham in 2023. They've got a first ever win in Cardiff in 2024. And do you know what? The thing I love about that Fijian victory isn't just it's a great story and, you know, they punch above their weight. It's the bravery that they play with. And this goes for Australia yesterday in the game at Twickenham. It goes for Argentina against Italy, gave them a beatdown. The willingness to roll the dice and have a go and back your skills. And it's so refreshing to watch teams have that mentality and manage to pull out a victory. And it's clearly a feature of Southern Hemisphere teams, particularly the ability to counter-attack. Southern Hemisphere teams, if there's a kind of a story of the weekend, it's that they can counter-attack and they can back their skills far more than teams in the north. And so fair play Fiji, absolutely brilliant. Now that game had everything: drama, cards, disallowed try, the league changing hands, and there's going to be some sore bodies because there were shots going in. My goodness me! Not only are they ballers, Fijians can whack. And Caleb Muntz, man of the match, made such a difference. Such a shame that he was injured during the Rugby World Cup for them. He just provides a bit of structure and direction for all of their big guns to do what they do. Joshua Tuisova, Naya Thalevu, Wainakolo. I mean, they've got crazy skills. Absolutely brilliant. Going to have to talk about Wales. And I'll give Fiji their dues. And I mean, this video is not going to be a long one because I'm looking at the time now. Yeah, I've got to settle myself down to watch Scotland carry the flag for the Northern Hemisphere against the world champions and all-conquering South Africa. Good luck, Scotland. It looks like it's going to be a clean sweep, doesn't it? Because the France win doesn't count because they beat Japan, who are also in the Northern Hemisphere. But there you go. Anyway, Wales. Right. I don't just want to... I complain a lot about the footballification of rugby, how, you know, a team plays badly for a couple of games and suddenly you want to sack the coach. But Warren Gatland, I'm not saying I want him to be sacked. It's just... it's quite sad to watch. This is how bad the situation is for Wales. I'm an Englishman, you know, and I love the rivalry between England and Wales. Grown up with it, it's brilliant. And so I would always root for Fiji in a game between Wales and Fiji. But things are that bad for Wales that I actually found myself kind of going, oh, I really hope they can. I really hope they can do this, or, you know, which is mad because that speaks to where Fiji are at. Sorry, I just need to organise myself. There we go. But Warren Gatland, yeah, well, here's a question. Which coach is going to be leaving his post as an international coach first, Warren Gatland or Steve Borthwick? I think with 10 defeats, it's looking like Gatland. And I wonder if he might make that call at some point. Proud man, and he's had an incredible record. And look, the context for this is it can't all be laid on Warren Gatland, just like England can't all be laid on Steve Borthwick. No coach is solely or responsible for a team performing well or not. Welsh rugby has been a basket case for a while. The regions are a mess. The funding has been insecure. And Wales have lost a generational bunch of talent and they're filling it with youngsters that in time will be good. But right now, some of them are not good enough. But yeah, Warren Gatland, he's going to come under so much pressure now. And I wonder if he'll just say, you know what, I'm done at some point. Wow. Really interesting. So yeah, who goes first? Gatland or Borthwick from their role? And let me just run through the game a little bit. Great start from Wales. I mean, actually, before we even get to that, great anthems. 2 brilliant anthems. And Fiji laying down their challenge. Great setup for a game, and it started really well. But it was all Wales. That opening 7 minutes, it was just wave after wave of Wales pressure, which ended in a Blair Murray try. He arrived from New Zealand in June, having played not many games for the Crusaders. And there he goes and plays 6 games for the Scarlets. He's with his new nation of Wales that he qualifies for by ancestry, and he scores 7 minutes into his debut with his second touch of the match. Lovely lift from Ben Thomas in the build-up to that one. And then it looked like it was getting better for Wales when Cam Winnett scored a really good try. Brilliant, flat, crisp pass from Thomas Williams. But it got chalked off for an illegal clear-out from Tommy Raffel. Just on the 2 cards, because we had loads of cards, and this period of the game, opening 15 minutes was brilliant, dynamite. But then that sort of 15 minutes to half-time was just stop-start. There was so much TMO intervention. On the 2 cards, and they both got referred to the bunker, Tommy Raffel, Semi Randrandra. I can understand. I felt a little bit of sympathy for Semi Randrandra. Yes, he flew in, and yes, he made contact with Cam Winnett's head, but Cam Winnett was bent at the hips, doubled over. So I thought where they said Semi Randrandra had no mitigation, I thought maybe there could have been mitigation. And on the flip side, Tommy Raffel, that they said there was mitigation, he was higher than he was higher. The guy he was hitting was higher, and he absolutely wiped him out. So whether they were both yellows or both reds, I kind of felt they were equivalent. So I guess I know some go for you, some go against you, and it was with it being a 20-minute red card. The fact is that conversation is less important now because Fiji were back up to 15 men early in the second half. So if that was a test case for a 20-minute red card, it was quite a good one, and I guess it worked. In amongst Wales attacking really well, Caleb Muntz got a penalty, and then he scored a try. And that guy can just pull strings. He is a class act, and not just a class act, lovely human being. His post-match interview was just like, I don't know, it would have had people melting on their sofas when he said hello to his mum and dad and thanked the fans. Just lovely bloke, brilliant rugby player. And like I say, just provides something that Fiji have so often missed, which is just someone that will get them into the right part of the pitch, make good decisions, put people into holes. Because, I mean, Fiji have got ball carriers. Joshua Tuisova, what a physical freak that guy is. Was it him that did that ridiculous fend? One of the best handoffs I've ever seen. Wales, just one other thought, and this Warren Gatland has to take responsibility for this. The 6-2 split backfired. It's exactly the same as England last week. When England played New Zealand, they went into the game with a 6-2 split, and you thought, what are we going to do if a winger goes off? How are we going to fill that void? Steve Borthwick changed his. I think he recognised that was maybe not the right combination, and he changed his bench options for the game yesterday. Not that it helped with the result, but there we go. But there we had Sam Costello on the wing because Mason Grady went off, and the 6-2 split backfired badly. Wales have had a 10 issue, and then they found themselves playing a game with Anscombe, Thomas, Costello. They had about 4 players who could all play fly half in their back line, which wasn't the right balance. And unfortunately, despite all those players, they still made some poor tactical decisions, kicking the ball straight into touch from a kickoff, not really managing the game tactically. But over and above all of that, it was the confidence of Wales that was so concerning, so worrying. When Fiji had the yellow card for their number 8, when Wales scored a penalty try to put them 2 tries up. Yeah, that's right. Even though they had a try disallowed, they went and scored straight away afterwards anyway. But the Fiji number 8 got his yellow card. Then Randrandra got a red. You thought discipline again, which was really bad against Scotland. Their discipline was poor. But they actually tidied that up in the second half. Wales, just their mentality. They just went inside themselves in that second half. They looked good in the opening quarter of an hour when they were actually rolling the dice and taking a risk and playing flat to the line and running with deception and running different angles. It just got predictable. It just tightened up. It's just a team shot of confidence. Maybe now, maybe losing to Fiji, maybe equaling the record number of defeats ever for Wales. These are not good stats. Maybe that's a kind of low ebb that now Warren Gatland can say to his team, well, how much worse can it get? Just go and play. Because I actually think Wales will be better if they do. Awesome from Fiji. And a team that is 5 points up on the scoreboard, on their own try line, and get the ball when the clock's in the red, and try and run the ball out of their own try line and out of their own 22, and play several phases when they could have just kicked it into touch. Any team that does that, I'm delighted when they win. It would have been very Fiji for them to have no, we're not going to kick it out. We don't kick it out. We play rugby. We're going to have a crack. We're going to try and score another try. I mean, it would have been heartbreaking if that had led to a defeat from their point of view, but fair play for the... I mean, you could argue stupidity, not just to stick the ball out and take the win, but I love that they didn't. The tries and the scorers don't really matter. It's not one for that, is it? That was another absolute belter of a rugby match. These November tests are just ace. And the fact you have... Yesterday, it was just game, and now we've got this. And in 10 minutes' time, as I record this now, Scotland are going to be hosting South Africa in what should be an absolute another belter. That is brilliant. If you're a Welshman, I feel your pain. I share your pain as an Englishman. I actually know how you feel. And it's not great. But if you can step back from all of that, what a brilliant advert for rugby. And Fiji, with the size of the population, with the player pool, with the resources, what they managed to do is absolutely magnificent. Fair play. Enjoy that one. Loved it. Loved it. Right, I'll have a team of the weekend coming up. I'll obviously have some thoughts following Scotland, South Africa, which is exactly what I'm going to go and turn on now, and maybe a little bit more of a thorough deep dive into the woes of Wales and England at some point. I think that's probably overdue as well. So I really appreciate you watching. Hit subscribe on the channel, give the video a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one.